Well, from the not-to-be-overlooked department, greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks, where we have a ColMi. You saw the ColMi I1, didn't you? How'd you like to see the I2? Yes, indeed. It is pretty much the same watch as the I1, except it has a camera. Coming to us from Gearbest. Check the show notes down below for a buying link. Maybe a coupon. There's no coupon on either of them right now, and you know why? They're not in stock. This says there's only 6 pieces left, and by the time this gets published, let's hope there's more stock in, because if I get stock for you, I'm going to petition them all over the place to get a good discount for the I1 and the I2, both watches. Come back, look in the show notes. If there's a coupon, it'll show up right there. I really don't have a way to tweet out to you about it, so you got to come back and check. Anyway, what is in the I2, which, by the way, is identical to the IQI I4 Air? Yeah, it's an Android 5.1 quad-core flagship, 2 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes with camera. It's got GPS and Bluetooth and all the other stuff. The standard 400 by 400, 1.39-inch AMOLED screen. It's a, it says front camera, but as you'll see, it's on the side, and it's 2 megapixels, pretty much standard on all of these, probably up-interpolated to make the pictures look like they're 5 megapixels, but the truth is, it's 2 megapixel camera. Gonna be a little fuzzy, not really, you know, you're gonna use your phone if you want really decent pictures. These are the languages supported. For those of you who say, hey, you showed a video where you had languages, I don't track these by all the languages, so if you're interested in your language, you're going to pretty much need to check the specs at the beginning or look at the video on the watch when we get to the point where we look at language. I try on most of them to go through that for you. And it comes with all these things in the box. Oh, really? A USB cable, screwdriver, and manual. Well, let's find out. Here it is. We're going to take it out, find that it's got the exact same kind of band that you find on the I1. It's got the same back. Look, ColMi written on it. Same sensors. Button in the same place. Only difference is there's a camera. If you recall, on previous videos we did on the I4 line, we even took apart the equivalent of the I1, the i4 Pro, I believe it was. Anyway, we found that this is the insides are exactly the same, and there's a little place there for a camera, and they just simply dropped it into this model, called it the I2. It's got the same bezel as on the I1, and it pretty much does the same thing. So we're going to look inside the box and find out if all those accessories are here. And it looks like we've got a screwdriver. Yep, that came along. Some extra screws, they weren't mentioned, but these are screws to go into the back for putting in the SIM card. And our standard 4-pin, I don't need to take it out, connector that you slap on the back, and it's got a good magnetic connection. No manual on this one. I think that was just an omission. Probably identical manual to the I1 anyway, with the addition of the camera. So, clear the field, I'll charge it up, we'll turn it on, see what it looks like. So we'll press and hold the side button, get a little vibration, and up with the bright ColMi screen as it launches for the very first time. Now, in the I1, there you go, a little sound coming out of it. In the I1 Pro, we really went into some detail with that watch and showed you specifics of all of the different apps, plus a bunch that I installed. Wow, it is really bright. It says starting apps right there. I got to wait till it comes up to dim it down. This is stock. This is exactly what you're going to get when it comes out of the box. And it is asking you for your languages. I'm going to confirm that it's set for English. It's going to ask for your weight, height, and walk target, and your gender. I'm going to confirm that. And your platform. I'm on Android, so I'm going to do this. You can switch this later if you go back and forth between iOS and Android. Here's a QR code you can scan that will let you download WiiWatch, W-I-I Watch, or you can go straight to the Google Play Store, and it gives you instructions on what to do to tether your watch to your phone. And we'll quit out of that. And it should come back up now to our original starting watch face. So, without doing anything, this is straight out of the box, gang. Let's come down here. You see you've got your date and charge level. You've got all of these things. It's in sound mode. This is vibration only. None of those are turned on. I usually turn on the twist wrist to show time. Wow. Okay. I'm going to bail out of this. Go over here. Go into settings. Go into display. Change the brightness level way down there, all the way off. It's a rainy, overcast day outside, and my studio lighting live from New York is way too expensive for me, so I use sunlight, and there is none. So that's why the watch seems to be blooming right now. It's because the background is really, really dark. So forget I did all that. We're back up here. You have airport mode, cellular and location services, and so forth down here. Bluetooth is on, Wi-Fi is off, and that's how it comes stock. Over here, you'll get your weather info once you're on Wi-Fi and download your location. And if you come up here, go to the left, you get notifications. Come down, you're going to get your voice and your step count. Go over, you get your app drawer, and over again, you get your music player. That's exactly the same as you've seen on the i1 Pro and on the IQI I4 entire line of watches. So here's your stock stuff. Phones and contacts and messaging goes with your SIM. Settings we just dived into. For a detailed look at settings, we'll look at the other review. We go through everything. Sound recorder, your file manager. We can dump in here to show you how much memory you have available right out of the box. So from the 16 gigabytes, you subtract away that amount. That's how much is being used by your operating system, the overhead of the firmware, and a few of the apps that they put in here for you. Your alarms, music, your health, which gives you running and walking, and if you touch here, you activate the heart rate, and your calories burned and so forth are all in here. You have another screen of information, and then the screen of information for your history so far. And that's all part of that. We didn't cover that in the other one. Play Store is available. Got to log in, of course, for that. You do get Google Chrome, a basic calendar. The gallery for your photos and camera, we're going to look at that. That's the only difference that you'll find on this watch that you don't find on the other one. Google Play Music. There's your Connect information. Again, you get your QR code, and you can switch from Android to iOS. Your Bluetooth overall connection information when you want to go into there. Oh, no. This is the real Bluetooth dialing. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's on this one. The ColMi I2 supports Bluetooth calling. Wow. You notice that app was not in the other one. In a minute, I'm going to bring it over here. We'll check it. But we didn't have that. But we do have, see the headphone and the, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess I touched the sedentary thing. I was so excited. That's down here below, the reminders. Your overall fitness is going to have you all these different things that you can do, running and walking and so forth. This drops you into this whole fitness area, playing football and ping pong and so forth. Wow, okay, bunch of them over here, right? Rope, skipping, all of that are available in the fitness section. And we saw that, Google Maps, the remote, music, and Find My Phone are all tied to tethering to your phone, and then the switching between iOS and Android. So, by way of clarification, these kind of apps work off of the WiiWare app on your phone to provide that tethering link. This app, though, the Bluetooth calling app, you don't need that app. You don't need it at all. You can connect directly to your phone using the standard Bluetooth connection. And when you connect the regular way, like if you're connecting your headset, to your earbuds, whatever, you connect that way, it'll allow you to have a connection for making and receiving phone calls. And in a crazy kind of way, this is behaving just like an earbud would. The speaker is like your earbud, and the buttons on here would behave like they do on the side of your earbud. Here's a dialing pad to be able to place a call. Here's your call history. Here's your phone book that you can synchronize and pull the phone book from your phone over here. And this is your settings for your hookup. Wow! Wow! This is new too. The dial pad, I'm sorry, I'm really excited about this. This is a great discovery. In a previous version of this app on the F3, the 1015 F3, we had all of these things, but you didn't have this dial pad. You could not place a call. You could receive calls, or you could call from your phone book. But now, in this app, it's here. It's here. Wow. Wow. Now, this app is tied to the firmware, and the firmware has to match up in a way that allows this to work. So you can't just extract this app and throw it on any old Android watch and expect it to work. I don't think. I might try that and see what I find. If any of you try it, let me know what you find. But all of a sudden, the ColMi I2, notice it's not Pro. It's an i1 Pro, but it's a ColMi I2. The I2 with the built-in camera. Bluetooth calling support. No SMS or text messaging yet, but calling support. In and out. On this little watch. Wow, I really hope we get a coupon discount for you. That makes me wonder if on the i4 Air we're going to see that same firmware update, because they're identical watches, which brings us to the quintessential point of looking at the display. Again, we did this in the i1. Do I have that slider thing? Yeah, I'm going to... Wow, I just went into the triple tap somehow. I want to lower the brightness there. And look at the alignment. Look at the straight up of the 60 versus the bezel. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we looked at that on the original i1 Pro and saw that it was offset, just like it is here on the i4 Air. How does it look on here? Look at that. It looks in alignment to me, doesn't it to you? Compare the two. So, I don't know if it's unit by unit, and I just got a bad one in the i1 Pro, but in the i2, Bluetooth calling, correctly painted bezel, this is starting to shine. This could be a keeper. Nice watch. So what else have we got in terms of watch faces? We did tell you could put in custom faces, right? Oh, look, it's got the whole portfolio of the active ones. This is like active wallpaper. You see the bubbles moving? We didn't have those on the i1 Pro, but we've got all of these, which come to us, by the way, from the i4 line. I saw them on the original i4 phones. See the leaves falling? Hey, this is slick. Folks, watches are growing up. They're really growing up. I think they're hitting puberty. Oh no, that means they're going to want to drive soon. Well, before they drive, and while they're still a bundle of joy, they are starting to get competence and capabilities that make them worthwhile. And it's about time, folks. Android watches have had Bluetooth calling and fun faces like this. These are custom faces that come with it, and you can, of course, install the... these are not custom, these are stock faces that come with it, and you can install custom faces. You can see my mind was racing ahead going, well, what version do you use? Is it the old APK style like we showed you on the i1 Pro, or is it the regular style that we use for all the other watches on this i2? There's one where you can see the dial. Oh, it looks a little bit off still, doesn't it? The 60 in the top. I don't know. I think I'm just getting anal about it. Is that an okay word to use? Anyway, here's more of the stock ones that we saw on the other watch flying by. That's something different. Is that Christmas? Yeah, there's Santa. All right, they've put a Christmas watch on face on here. These are different. And this is how these reviews get to be so long. Oh, did it loop? No, they just got that one on there twice. Huh, or is it different? Well, maybe this is where it was. Yeah, we went back and it was all those colorful ones, and now we're just caught up to ourselves. These we haven't seen, so I'm taking... Oh, you don't see that? Oh, this is an I2, not an I4. It's so fun. You know, there it is again. We're finding that there's certain manufacturers, big names like Kingware and IQI and Number One and Finow, and a few others, ZGPAX, Z-Blaze, that make these things. And then there's all these other companies, ColMi and Lympho and a few others that work with them to market them under different names and give them their own flavor with slightly different firmware and obviously different watch faces, as well as maybe a couple of apps that are different from time to time. So that's why these reviews, I do like a really detailed one of the first one, which is usually the manufacturer's original watch that comes out, in this case, the i4 Air. And then we kind of do a little spot check on the other ones that are 100% identical with just a few differences like watch faces, which is what we're doing right now, running through these. I do want to show you the camera. We want to take a moment to check and see if this supports pinch and zoom. If it does, that means you have multi-touch support, and that means more than one finger can be put on the screen. So are we bored with these yet? I'll just say that there's a whole lot more. Look at that, all the way down to a snowflake. And then you can add more from the server when you're on the internet. And you can hit that little circle anytime you install watch faces or take them off. The first thing you should do is scroll to the end and hit that little thing. It refreshes the index of all of your watch faces, and it'll prevent your watch from locking up. That sometimes can be so serious you have to actually reflash the firmware to it. Okay. Gosh, I did not know we have Bluetooth calling. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. No need for a SIM with that. It'll really tie to your phone and you can use it on your arm. Where's the camera? Camera. Okay, camera. Now, camera is on. Get us something to take a picture of. La 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 da, da, da. Oh, it's easier to move the paper than it is to move the watch. Get closer. Okay, I'm just going to take a picture. Because there, we want a picture of anything. Now, I'm going to bring it up, and there it is. We've got our picture. If I pinch and squeeze, oh, nope, we can't expand it. But if I double tap, I can make it big. Double tap again, and I make it big again. So you have 2 levels of double tapping for zooming. The third time should take it back. And that's something we've seen. You usually can go 1 level, 2 levels, or if you're really lucky, you've got pinch and zoom. Because I don't have pinch and zoom, it also means I can't use multi-touch games. I can't do things with spreadsheets or web pages. It's kind of limiting. So that's a drawback. It would be nice. Very few watches have it, so don't go too much. It doesn't appear to be on the i2. I don't believe it was on the i4 Air either. However, we've got Bluetooth calling on this one. Very, very cool. Okay. Anything else you want to see? No, I'm not going to take it apart. It looks just like the i4 Air. Everything else is the same. You want to know on the i4 Air if there's a firmware update and we have Bluetooth calling on that? And you wanted to see what on the Air? Oh, okay. I'll be right back with that watch. Okay, here's the i4 Air, and let's see what we've got. First of all, when we go over here to the app drawer, let's move that away. We're looking for something that looks like this, a telephone with a Bluetooth, and it says Bluetooth on it. These are all the apps installed. We went through this once, but I'm going to go through it again in case I missed it. Nothing looks like it. I don't see anything saying Bluetooth. Should be identical watch. There's a switch. Now we get into all of the ones that I installed. And none of these are for Bluetooth calling. Okay, then that means what we need to do is go into, the settings. Come down here to About. Make note of the kernel version, which is Wednesday, August 16th, 2017. And we want to do a wireless update. Boom, we're on Wi-Fi. And if it works, we're going to be there. Now, while that's happening, once again, to verify, when we go in here to the settings and we look at the condition of this watch, we notice that this is Monday, Christmas, December the 25th, 2017. And from that firmware forward, it appears to support the Bluetooth calling. I'm not getting an update on the i4 Air. I cannot confirm if it's shipping with newer firmware. Any of you guys got one? Have you ordered an i4 Air? Do you have Bluetooth calling on it? If so, can you tell us the date on your kernel version? I'll put it in the show notes down below. Just leave it as a comment. Do you have Bluetooth calling on the i4 Air right out of the box? And what's your kernel version? And maybe you could buy the i4 Air. But short of that, I would say right now, the winner by far is this i2 that comes from ColMi. Yeah, it's got what it needs. And are you ready? Are you ready? Remember, where did it go? Remember on the i1 Pro. Are you still on? Oh no, it went off. Okay, let's boot it up. On the i1 Pro, in order to install custom watch faces, we had to do the fancy thing of the old KW88 and install APK files as if they were apps, one after another, right? Side loading them into the watch. Well, this one does the standard process. That was the last of our stock watch faces, and I've installed a gazillion watch faces in here, all different kinds, shapes, colors. These are your standard Android watch faces. You got plenty to choose from. They all work fine. Look at that alignment. I'm telling you, I'm sold. The ColMi i2. If you want a good Android watch that supports all these watch faces, SIM card capability, as well as Bluetooth calling, onboard camera, it's got it all right now. I really thought this was just going to be a courtesy review, but it's turned out to be a keeper. I'm going to be wearing this one quite a bit, especially with that Bluetooth calling. Gearbest, check it out in the show notes. I'm going to really work on them to get some more in stock and get a coupon for you. Yeah, and we'll keep working with IQI. Remember the Pro boards, check over there. They may have firmware to update these IQI watches to make them Bluetooth calling capable if you've already got one. If you haven't bought yet, I would do the bird in the hand trick on this one and make sure you purchase a watch that already has it in it, because updating might be a bit of a challenge. You've been watching Smartwatch Ticks on a rainy day. And we'll be back with lots of more good stuff soon. So, you got the IQI I4 Pro, which is the same as the ColMi i1 Pro, and the IQI I4 Air, which is the same as the ColMi i2 on surface, but the software is definitely different. Catch you again soon.